In March 2025, one of the most controversial and unpredictable YouTube stars, iShowSpeed, found himself at the center of a cultural phenomenon. This time, however, it wasn't due to a chaotic online moment or a scandalous outburst. The frenzy surrounding him wasn't born from a viral video or a heated exchange on social media. It was real, and it was incredibly crowded. iShowSpeed, whose real name is Darren Watkins Jr., had already established himself as one of the most electrifying personalities on the internet. His explosive reactions to video games, boundless energy, and viral antics made him a household name in the West. His fanbase, largely comprised of young, enthusiastic followers, tuned in to watch his every move, anticipating his next unpredictable stunt or high-octane livestream. Yet, when Speed announced that he would be visiting China in early 2025, the world didn't know what to expect, especially given the ongoing political tensions and the media portrayal of China that often leans towards the negative. What happened next was a cultural event that neither Speed nor his audience could have predicted. For many Western audiences, China had long been a place of intrigue and mystery, often depicted in the media through the lens of political tensions, economic rise, and, more recently, technological dominance. It was a country that was simultaneously a powerhouse on the global stage and an enigma to the average person in the West. What Speed's visit to China offered was an entirely new perspective, one that was rooted in first-hand experience, not mediated by political headlines or the preconceived notions that often dominate Western narratives. Unlike the typical influencer tours that involve promotional content or sponsored activities, iShowSpeed's time in China was nothing short of immersive. His journey wasn't just about showing off products or hitting the typical tourist hotspots. It was about exploring a country through the lens of someone whose personality was as spontaneous as it was engaging. For the first time, Speed's followers were able to see China not through the usual media filters, but through the eyes of a YouTube star whose primary goal wasn't to report or promote, it was simply to experience. One of the key highlights of Speed's trip was his deep dive into China's technological landscape. In an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of some of China's most innovative companies, Speed explored Huawei and BYD, two of the country's most forward-thinking brands. Huawei, known globally for its advancements in 5G technology and artificial intelligence, offered Speed an insider's look at their cutting-edge products that many in the West hadn't even heard of, let alone seen up close. The juxtaposition of Speed's irreverent personality and the sophistication of these technological marvels created a striking contrast, giving his viewers a fresh perspective on China's technological prowess. In Shenzhen, Speed visited a Huawei flagship store, where he was introduced to the company's latest tri-fold smartphone. The sleek design and futuristic functionality of the device left Speed in awe. Impressed by the smartphone's capabilities, Speed promptly purchased 3 units, sharing the unboxing experience with his millions of viewers. His excitement was evident as he marveled at the smartphone's innovative design and how it pushed the boundaries of what a phone could do. This interaction wasn't just about showcasing a product, it was a glimpse into Huawei's relentless push to redefine the boundaries of smartphone technology. In a time when Western media had painted Huawei as a controversial player in the tech space, Speed's unfiltered enthusiasm offered his audience an alternative perspective, showing Huawei's commitment to advancing technology and design. Huawei's tri-fold smartphone, with its compact yet expansive screen, instantly caught Speed's attention for its high-tech features.
Yo! What the hell? You sure this is it?
Best camera. Yeah.
Best camera.
The unboxing experience, where Speed excitedly revealed each aspect of the phone, allowed his followers to see the product in action. Through this experience, Speed managed to introduce his audience to a side of Huawei that was far removed from the political narratives often associated with the brand. It was about showcasing cutting-edge innovation that could compete with the best in the world. BYD, a leader in electric vehicles, was another stop on Speed's journey. In a country that is rapidly becoming a dominant force in green energy and electric mobility, Speed's visit to BYD's manufacturing plants allowed him to showcase China's role in shaping the future of sustainable transportation. For an audience that was largely unfamiliar with China's role in this space, Speed's coverage made the technological revolution happening in China feel tangible, approachable, and exciting. It was a genuine introduction to a new world, one where innovation was happening at breakneck speed, and one where China was not just a player, but a leader. At OCT Harbor in Shenzhen, Speed had the opportunity to test drive BYD's Yangwang U8, a luxury plug-in hybrid electric SUV. As he took the car for a spin, he was amazed by its amphibious capabilities, exclaiming, "Oh my God, the Chinese car got it!" His astonishment reflected a broader trend. BYD, while still relatively unknown in the West compared to electric vehicle giants like Tesla, was fast becoming one of the world's most innovative players in the green automotive industry. The Yangwang U8, with its amphibious technology, wasn't just an SUV, it was a testament to China's growing prowess in integrating advanced technology with sustainable transportation solutions. Speed's excitement was palpable as he interacted with the vehicle, drawing attention to the car's ability to perform in water, a feature that left his followers in awe. The Yangwang U8 was a rare combination of luxury, performance, and sustainability. In his genuine and often humorous way, Speed managed to bring BYD's vision to a global audience, showing that China's electric vehicle industry was about much more than just mass production. It was about innovation and creativity. His experience with BYD shed light on the company's commitment to pushing boundaries and integrating cutting-edge technology into the everyday lives of consumers. Speed's live streams from China weren't limited to just tech, though. His audience was also treated to an exploration of Chinese culture that went beyond the usual tourist fare. He visited historical temples, tried his hand at traditional Chinese martial arts, and immersed himself in the country's rich culinary traditions. Perhaps what set Speed apart from other influencers on similar tours was his authentic approach. He wasn't just a tourist trying to capture a curated, Instagram-worthy moment. He was someone truly engaging with his surroundings, making mistakes, laughing at himself, and sharing those moments with his audience. One particularly memorable moment came when Speed tried Sichuan cuisine for the first time. Known for its bold, spicy flavors, the food completely overwhelmed his senses. His reactions were hilarious, and his followers loved every second of it. But more importantly, it gave viewers a glimpse into the everyday reality of China that they rarely get to see. It wasn't about glossing over differences or cultural barriers. It was about embracing them with curiosity and humor. This authenticity resonated with millions of viewers, especially those in the West who may have had preconceived notions about China. As Speed traveled across China, his experiences became a live, unfiltered documentary of a country that had long been shrouded in political rhetoric. His content wasn't focused on making China look good or bad. It was simply about sharing his genuine experiences. Whether it was a cultural misunderstanding or a joyful moment of connection, Speed's interactions with Chinese people and his exploration of local customs painted a more nuanced picture of the country than what many had seen before. However, Speed's visit wasn't without its challenges. When he arrived in Hong Kong, the situation quickly escalated into something far more intense than anyone anticipated. What began as an innocent fan interaction turned into an all-out frenzy when thousands of fans flooded the streets, eager to catch a glimpse of the YouTube sensation. The sheer size of the crowd and the chaos that followed raised serious safety concerns. Hong Kong authorities had to step in, and for a brief moment, Speed's live streams were temporarily halted. The chaos of the situation highlighted the immense influence Speed had, but it also underscored the challenges of fame in a world where millions are watching every moment, especially in a densely populated region like Hong Kong. Despite the disruption, Speed continued his journey. The impact of his visit, though, was not defined by the chaos or the viral moments that his audience had come to expect. What was most remarkable was the way Speed became a bridge between two very different cultures that in many ways had often been at odds. Through his live streams, he challenged the Western media's portrayal of China, offering a more personal, humanized view of the country. Speed's visit wasn't about pushing an agenda. It was about showing his audience a side of China that wasn't often covered in the news. It was an invitation to look beyond the headlines and engage with the country in a more meaningful way. This shift in narrative didn't go unnoticed. Chinese state media outlets, such as Xinhua and China Daily, were quick to recognize the significance of Speed's visit. The coverage of his trip was overwhelmingly positive, framing it as a victory for China's soft power. In contrast to the often hostile Western narratives about China, Speed's presence in the country represented a more positive and balanced portrayal. He wasn't a political figure, he was a cultural ambassador, bringing an authentic and relatable perspective to millions of young people around the world. iShowSpeed's trip to China was more than just a viral moment, it was a cultural breakthrough. His visit highlighted how influencers can go beyond entertainment to become bridges between nations. By sharing China's everyday life, people, and culture without political bias, Speed challenged stereotypes and gave viewers a more balanced, human perspective. It was a powerful example of how digital creators can reshape global understanding through genuine, real-time connection.